Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're still in Dublin. We're getting close. We're getting close to the return to Tenerife. But for now, you're going to have to make do with this beautiful city of mine. Which, I have you down on the north side of the city at the moment. And I'll be honest, in the dark and the grey, this is early on a Saturday morning, not looking too pretty. This is, we're at Lower Abbey Street here. You have a Wetherspoons over there, which are absolutely everywhere. Silver Penny, which I haven't been in, but I believe is a restaurant. It looks kind of cool. I must actually have a little look in. As I said, I haven't been over this side of the city in a long time. But this is where I decided I'd start here. This is an old church. Is now head office of VHI. But look what they did with, let's see if I can cross here without getting knocked down and give you a proper view of this, of what they actually did to the church. So rather than knock it down, they put it in a glass box, which I think is just brilliant. Fantastic way of treating old architecture without actually destroying it. Now, Peacock Theatre is coming up here on the left hand side, and then around the corner you have the Abbey Theatre, which is famous for most actors that ever came through Ireland came through the Abbey Theatre. It's renowned for some of the best plays you've ever seen would have been first put here, particularly Irish plays. And it is one of my favourite theatres. Not the most sort of plush facade to it, but it is a beautiful theatre. Inside of it's fabulous. That pub there on the corner used to be the Plough, and it was a cracking old bar in the day. It's where I had my first, let's say, marginally illegal pint. And this is the Neptune, or the Flowing Tide. Okay, Flowing Tide, if you're looking for traditional Irish music, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you have rock on the other nights, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. Great little bar. Again, haven't been in it since I was in my teens, and I'm talking 15, 16, when, particularly between the Plough, which as you can see is derelict now, and the Flowing Tide, it's the only place you could nearly get served in your confirmation uniform. That's how bad it was. We're talking back in the day when rules were slightly less strict than they are nowadays. So you didn't really need ID, you just needed to know who the name of the bouncer, that was enough to get you in. So yeah, anyway, I'm selling too much. So that was where, as I said, I had my first marginally illegal drink back in the day. Now, Wynn's, not a bad little restaurant, or not a bad little restaurant, not a bad little hotel. Again, there's no such thing as a cheap hotel in the city, but from my days driving, Wynn's always got good reviews, and it's in a great location. Okay, and we have the Lewis on the right. And then this brings us up into O'Connell Street. Now, we've done O'Connell Street before, but I'm going to try and bring you a little bit off the beaten track. So, Dublin's not a huge city. The thing to remember when you do come over here, it's not a huge city. It's, sorry, I'm doing the typical Dublin thing, just walking straight across the road. Please don't try this at home. Yeah, Dublin's not a huge city. People often say that it's a village pretending to be a city. The Oval Bar, you want a traditional bar. And when I say traditional, I don't mean diddly-eye music traditional. I mean like a place where locals go. A place where Irish people actually go for a drink. Oval is one of them. Now, there's loads of these little laneways you'll see scattered around the city. My advice is don't go down them. You know, you're gonna go the long way, walk around the block, as opposed to trying to sneak down the side through these side lanes. They're not the safest of places. Govinda's, if you're looking for vegetarian food, you could do worse. It is owned by the Hare Krishnas, but yeah, as I said, if you want to try some good vegetarian food, you could do a lot worse. And of course, Penny's Hun. Penny's, which was set up in Dublin. And see, again, I know I'm bringing you down these parts of the streets, and yes, I know what you're saying. Not the best looking place to walk, and maybe not the best looking place to stay, but there are half decent places that you can stay down here that are actually very good value. And again, these little laneways, yeah, just keep out of them. Just simple as, just don't get out of them. Now we're at the back of Arnott's here. Great banner, the great fill in it. There's a lot of that going around at the moment, banners about racism. But that's another vlog. Arnott's, again, this is the back side of it. Now, I'm going to bring you to probably one of my favourite views in Dublin City. So when people talk about Dublin, this is Dublin. I hate to say it, there are beautiful places in Dublin, and okay, this isn't one of them. But there's something about, there's a certain charm to it. Although someone did tell me recently that in one of my vlogs, they commented that Dublin didn't have any charm. I was a bit insulted, to be honest with you. Okay, Monksville 1, this is brand new. It's only been built about a year, I'd say. It was finished during COVID. And again, great location. So again, if you're looking for a decent hotel, have a look at this. It is centrally located. Plenty around you. Now the Palace, the Gin Palace, cracking little bar. And to that person who told me that Dublin was crap, it was just Starbucks and what else did you say? Starbucks and Sasha or something like that, or Zara. He's not wrong. There are Starbucks. There's Starbucks everywhere. That doesn't mean the country doesn't have any charm, or the town doesn't have any charm. It just means that it's like every other place. It's got a Starbucks in it. Several of them, should I say. The lots, again, cracking little bar. And these are more your Dublin bars. These are more where you find Irish people. Now I know I'm really not selling Dublin. I'm not selling this side of Dublin at the moment because this just looks grotty, but there's work being done, as you can see. Dublin is a work in progress. This has been filmed Saturday morning. Lads are out working hard. There's new cobble being set. And you've got your butlers there. And you've got my favourite view, the Halfpenny Bridge. Nothing screams Dublin more than the Halfpenny Bridge. Grand Social is a fantastic little bar. Normally live music in it. Woolen Mills actually used to be a shop that sold wool, and obviously no longer does because it's now a restaurant. But there's quite a few quirky little spots in and around here before we cross over the bridge. I do want to finish up on the bridge. The winding stair. Okay, let's have a look at the Woolen Mill. Okay, 15 euros for starters. There's no question that's expensive. No question whatsoever. But then again, like I say, Dublin isn't cheap. Now, in saying that, you can get cheap food in Dublin, so don't be put off by that. But some of the places, like the likes of this, the winding stair, as you can see, absolutely tripping over accolades for their food. It is expensive. It's without question a treat. You're looking 29, 30 euros a pop. But like I say, you're not going to get cheap in Dublin. So there's my favourite end, my favourite spot. I'm going to finish up here. And I'm actually going to finish up with that. So, if you like what you see so far, hit the like, subscribe, the bell for notification, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Slán.